Hello there and welcome back to the channel. So here with another boom-based video on my low level account, guys. This is an HQ17 account with a radar at level 17 and a gunboat at level 18. Right now we have max level Rifleman for our HQ/armory, max level Zookas. We are about to get max level warriors for this account, and max level artillery, barrage, shock launcher, smoke, everything for this armory. Today is July 26th, and we have Dr. T Volcano Island on the archipelago, so we're gonna go ahead and take him out. Remember, this video is gonna be published today, so you are actually seeing Dr. T Tropical. Yesterday I did not have time to record, but I did ended up beating all 7 stages again of Dr. T. So it took me stage number 7, took me a few attacks, different combinations, different iterations, but I finally got it. So for those of you who are today looking at Dr. T, this was my winning solution for Dr. T Tropical stage number 7. It was essentially 3 boats of heavies, 3 boats of Zookas, and 1 boat of medics. Using Everspark as my hero. As you saw, I destroyed that rocket launcher on the top. That thing had about 30,000 HP points of health. So, and it was what ended up killing most of my troops at the end. So you see, landed heavy, medics, Zooka, and then the heavies at the end. And because that smoke was placed right at the edge, then nobody got shot. And then just 1 shock to cover all that. Some critters to spawn in to distract those cannons or boom cannons in the back to give more survivability for my heavies, and then just let those 3 boats of Zookas, which is 30 Zookas in total, pound as much as they could. You see, I think I had the hacking ability. No, I had the critter spawn. That's what I had. So everything that I had was essentially used to shock. And it was important for me to take out this sniper tower. That sniper tower was one of the ones that was killing me at the end. Because at the end, what I needed to do was to destroy both the mortar and the sniper tower before I actually moved to the right. And I was a little bit too slow on the movement out. But you see here, I still have a significant amount of Zookas. Important to have Everspark there, because she's the one that actually cleared the mines. And then from here on this corner, nothing else could hit me. Nothing could hit the Zookas from here, and that was just a matter of pounding the HQ. I think I had 5 Zookas I think is what ended up surviving. And yeah, I ended up destroying the HQ with just enough time, I think with 10 or 15 seconds to spare. So that is how I took Dr. T Tropical 7. So if you're seeing this video today, this might give you an idea if you're a low-level player like this account, how to take it out. Remember, this account has 69 GBE to start with, unboosted. And I'll check out, once we come out, I'll check out the damage, the troop health and the troop damage that we have. So let's go ahead now that we're here. So yeah, 5 Zooka survived, so 36% damage. 48% plus of health and 48% plus of GBE with a total of 69. That being said, guys, let's go ahead and change our loadout. We're gonna do, RCCM is the bread and butter of this account, so that's what we're gonna do. So let's take on the first few stages of Dr. T. So Dr. T Volcano, not very hard. We can do this with actually 1 boat of Riflemen and maybe 1 boat of Zookas, just to mimic what you may have as a low-level player. You can farm a lot of this stuff right here that you have in the front. If you have your hero, it's actually a good idea to bring her in. You'll probably either have Kavan or you'll probably have Brick if you are doing the low-level stuff. But there we go. We have a lot of stuff that you can farm, and you can just send all the GBE that you find to destroy that stuff on the top. I sent extra just to drive the point that you can say 6, 7, 8 total number of artilleries to destroy that, and that's all you need to do. That machine gun in that corner is easily avoided, to be honest. And if the riflemen are actually headed towards the if the riflemen are actually headed towards the machine gun, then you can just send a flare to get everybody nice and tucked in on the top. You probably already have the shock, so shocking that sniper tower to minimize your losses might not be a bad idea at all. Now all that remains is that boom cannon. That boom cannon is going to shoot you, but at the end of the day, you can just heal for the machine gun and then just take the hits from the boom cannon. Remember, riflemen are disposable. You do not want to spend a lot of time and effort saving one or two or three or four riflemen. If you are already on the end, on the end game, if you're already at the spot where you're attempting to kill the headquarters. Reloading the single rifleman that we ended up losing, and then taking a look at stage number 2. Again, not looking very hard, something that you can do with just a few troops. You have a lot of stuff to farm on this side, so you have a choice to make. You can take the easy route, which is from here to the top, and then just call it good, or you can farm a lot and destroy as much as you can. Either way, I think it's good. I am going to take the short route, to be honest. So just a boat of Zookas and a boat of Riflemen should be sufficient to take this out. So this time, if you have Brick, bring her on. If you have Kavan, bring him in. But I'm just showing how you can just do it without any sort of artificial aid of heroes. If you're afraid of losing a couple of troops, then go ahead and shock, be my guest. But like I said, it's really not necessary to do either one of those. So from here, I'm going to destroy that cannon. Actually, I'm just going to keep pushing. I'm just going to go ahead and keep shocking and destroy those troops right there. There's no point in trying to not do it, trying to avoid it. And, now we can just, fall back. But by the time we did, our troops are already taking out the core. So let's take a look at stage number 3, see what he has in store for us, how we're going to go ahead and engage him. Reload 2 riflemen we lost on that attack. Let's go ahead and take a look at stage number 3. So this time, we have a few rocket launchers that are in range of the core. We have a shock launcher too. There are different ways to do this. My main advice would be to maybe use GBE on this one and just tank the damage from the other one. So you can do this with Rifleman, Zooka, and medics. I'm going to assume that you don't have access to medics at the moment. So what I'm going to say is bring Dr. Kavan. So let's bring Dr. Kavan. He's going to help us heal. And I'm going to bring Dr. Kavan with the crystal critters, just to sort of help us heal. And then I'm just going to bring heavies, right? So heavies instead of medics. Actually, I'm not going to land my medics. I'm just going to do this. I'm going to do heavy here, and that's about it. I'm just going to land those 2 boats. I think that should be enough for us to get on this stage. And we'll see. We'll see how we go. So we're just going to land 4 boats and our hero to try to take on this base. But before we even try to do that, look at the amount of GBE that we can farm in this one. I strongly suggest you do. So I'm going to go ahead and send my heavies. I'm going to use my heavies as farmers. And I'm going to land Dr. Kavan too, because he's going to heal that damage from them. This is all good energy that you are going to be able to farm here. There we go. So now I'm just going to go ahead and wait for them to see where they go. I'm going to go ahead and recall them in this corner. There's no need that our guys need to be burned by that. There we go. So now we're going to flare down. Now we got a lot of GBE. Like I said, I strongly suggest you use that GBE to destroy this rocket launcher, right? So use some of that GBE there. I think it's really important that you do that. And whenever I see my guys going low in health, that's going to be the point where I'm going to recall the crystal pillars. But it doesn't seem that that's going to be problematic right now. What I do want to do is shock right here. I don't want that shock launcher hitting your troops, because if they hit them, then those heavies are going to fall back. And this is going to be the point where I'm going to recall the crystal prayer so that we can heal a little bit more of those heavies' health. So through here you can either reflect to the back, which I think is not a bad idea. Oh, but do watch out for that mine. Do not do what I do. My guys have a lot of troop health. If you don't have the troop health, that mine may kill your Zookas. So if you're afraid that your heavies might not survive, then I think the best call is to just do what I just did. And that way your Zookas are going to be definitely out of the range of that rocket launcher if they ever decide to, you know, to raise the foot and die. But that was stage number 3, using 2 boats of heavies and 2 boats of Zookas. That could be equivalent of you having 5 boats or maybe 6 boats. Because remember, my boats are maxed to my current HQ level. Let's take a look at stage number 7, see what we got. Alright, so it's not looking too bad. At stage number 4, if you're already here, I'm going to assume you have already achieved level 15 and that you have access to Everspark, access to medics, and I think this is going to be the best. Let's go ahead and do our regular. Oh, I decided to attack. Let's go ahead and do our regular RCCM attack. So loading again our regular loadout. This time with Captain Everspark. Using the critter swarm, I'm going to assume that you still haven't have anything else. And to be honest, like that shock launcher on this corner has no bearing on the game. The rocket launchers do not either. So you can go to the left, but you have to deal with all these mortars. And I'd rather not, so I'm just going to go ahead and face the music right ahead and just kill those rocket launchers with my troops. So you see, I'm going to go ahead and flip to this corner. The critters that Everspark is gonna pump out, it's going to kill or destroy that little container. So the idea is to have my guys actually push forward. As you can see, those 2 rocket launchers pose no major danger if you have a few of those medics. One good shock right there is going to stun that mortar, is going to stun that shock launcher, is going to stun the cannon and the boom cannon. So all that remains are the rocket launchers. And often than not, this is the best way, guys, to deal with rocket launchers. Just go ahead and kill them. Do not play the wait and delay game. Because if you lose your mid shield, if you lose your medics, or for some reason anything, any other important troop soaking or damage soaking troop, then your Zookas are going to be the one that end up suffering. You see, those mortars, the way they're hitting, they're not doing that big of a threat. If they were hitting a single set of troops every single time, then yes, we might lose a couple. But I think that was the best approach for this. Just go straight to the god and destroy it as soon as you can. So only 3 riflemen lost, which is pretty good at stage number 4. Let's keep the train going. Stage number 5. We're gonna keep the same troop loadout. We're gonna see what's what. Alright, so there are a lot of defenses here that are gonna counter our Rifleman Zooka medic combination, but I'm still gonna go ahead and try. We're gonna use our shocks, we're gonna use our critters to our advantage. Now, like I said, there's a lot of shocks, so we need to get rid of them, because if we don't get rid of them, we are in deep trouble. Now, this shock, of all of them, I think the most dangerous one is this one on the side, because he is off on the side and we cannot shock and we cannot use sort of collateral shocking area. So that's the guy that I'm going to have to destroy with GBE. If you were using heavies, that wouldn't be that problematic, and actually heavies might be a little bit better advice on this stage. So I don't expect to fail, but if I do end up failing, heavy Zooka would be one of my best options. And actually doing an all warrior attack on this base might not be a bad idea either. Alright, so here we go, guys. I'm going to go ahead and land one boat of rifles, followed by my medics, followed by my Zookas, everybody else. And just when my rifles are there taking damage, that's going to be the point where I'm going to shock. I have 20 Zookas ready to do some damage. So I don't have any sort of expectation that I'm not gonna lose a lot of troops. So I'm going in, knowing for sure that I'm gonna lose some troops, but I'm gonna help those medics out by sending some medkits right where it matters. So there we go, guys. So we already have cleared the first set. We still have a flamethrower. All we need to do right now is focus or let our troops do work. We need to kill that shock launcher, but once we do, we're gonna be on the clear. So let's shock here, right here. That's gonna take care of that. Oh, that was a little bit bad. I could have taken care of both machine guns in one shock, and I was not able to put that in the right position. But there we go, guys. I'm gonna flare here now in this corner. I'm gonna send a critter swarm out. Oh, the critter swarm was not good. It was not good. We're gonna lose a bunch of riflemen due to those mines. Let's see now. So I sent another swarm to the front. We still have a lot of energy. So now that we destroy the rocket launcher, that's going to be my call to reflare to the corner. And that shot launcher is going to be distracted by those critters in the front. And even if he wasn't, we still have some riflemen and some medics to heal out the damage that he may put out to our troops. Now, like I said, I had no expectation that I wasn't going to lose any troops, and I did end up losing a lot of troops in this attack. So, Rifleman Zooka, that's what you expect. But you see, all my Zookas except one ended up surviving, and all my medics. So, at the end of the day, the reload time is not going to be horrendous. It may be 10, 12 minutes. Compare that to losing a full boat of heavies or a boat of tanks, and then you're going to see what's the benefit of doing Rifleman Zooka and medics. Alright, so stage number 5 done. Let's go ahead and take a look at stage number 6. Not looking that bad. We have 2 rocket launchers. We have a flamethrower that we can easily avoid. And a few mortars. But I think overall this is another easy takedown. So let's go ahead and land on the right side. Let our rifleman lead the charge. So I'm going to land 2 boat of rifles, all the medics after that, and then everybody else. I'm going to go on this corner. I do not want to tangle with those flamethrowers. There is no point for me tangoing with those rocket launchers. So right now my riflemen are sort of diverging, and I want them right there. And at that point I'm going to shock. I don't want to risk getting hit by 3 rocket launchers and some of those rockets actually hitting some of my Zookas. So I wanted to avoid that. At all costs. Now I'm going to shock the 2 mortars on the top. Because those mortars, one hit of those mortars, yeah, that's going to hurt a lot. So there we go. Shocking again, sending some critters. And I think from here, we're in a very strong position to finish stage number 6. There we go, guys. So I can shock those machine guns if I wanted. They're gonna start wrapping around and trying to. I think they should be targeting some of them, and they're not. So I'm just gonna go ahead and flare back just to minimize my losses. If you do end up flaring like I did, do time your flare to when the rocket launcher is reloading, or just after he fired his last salvo on the reload, because that way what ends up happening is that he's not going to shoot your Zookas when they're retreating into a position. So just like that, guys, we're on stage number 6, and we're going to definitely give stage number 7 a try. I'm going to try it once live or twice. If I do end up failing a bunch of times, I may edit or pause the video and then come back when I do get a solution. Well, let's take a look at stage number 6. Stage number 7 actually is what I meant to say. It's actually not looking that horrible. We have a bunch of rocket launchers. but I think in all of them in combination, they're not that bad. So I think what I'm gonna think is I'm gonna look at couple. So I think I have enough energy to destroy two of these guys. So this set of mortars right here and two rocket launchers, and I think overall that's gonna give us the best chance of getting this stage out. Now we do have a shock launcher here, which might be problematic, but I'm not gonna be able to take him out. So I'm gonna go ahead and give this a first try. I'm pretty sure I have the energy to destroy two of these rocket launchers. 1, 2, 3. So it's going to take 4. Is it going to take 4? Oh, it's going to take 5. Alright, so that's not good. Let's do here 1 barrage, 2 barrages. Hopefully that's going to give us some collateral damage. And no, we're not going to be able to take all those guys out. So I think I have to make an executive decision, and I'm going to say I'm going for... Okay, let me see. Let me go back and take a look. So I don't have enough energy. So I'm going to go for destroying this rocket launcher and 2 mortars. And those mortars right there. That's going to be my target. And then, so give me a second, guys. Alright, apologies for that little pause there. So we're going to go ahead and try to take out one of these. So I'm going to look at which one has the highest amount of health. And that's going to be where I'm going to target. I'm not going to care about the machine gun. So I'm going to bias my barrage a little bit towards the rocket launcher just to ensure that he gets most of the damage. And then I'm going to do the same one here. So hopefully it's going to take 1 barrage and 3. 1, 2. So yes, it's going to take 3. So then we take a little bit and let's do 1, 2. And then an extra 1. So we do not land naked, but we have 13 energy right now. And again, I'm going to land my Rifleman. I'm going to bias them a little bit here. Alright, so I'm letting right now. I'm going to cover and smoke these guys right here because I don't want them to get hit. I want to take that mortar out first. And that's what we did. And now I'm going to recall my troops on this corner. Remember to cover your medics, guys. If you don't cover your medics, you're going to lose them by that cannon fire, rocket launcher fire. Alright, so from here, I'm just going to keep pushing forward. I'm going to keep going north. I'm monitoring the health of my guys as much as I can. Like I predicted, that shock launcher is going to be deadly for us. I'm going to release some craters right here. And I'm just, again, monitoring my troops. Flamethrowers, yes, deadly. So we need to shock those guys in. If we don't, we're going to end up losing all of our guys. So right now, I think flamethrowers are out. Now I'm going to focus on the... Oh, I missed the shock launcher. I wanted to hit the shock launcher, and I did not hit the shock launcher. So we're losing a lot of our Riflemen, guys. But here again, we're chalking. We need to keep some of our Riflemen in the front, because otherwise we're going to end up losing. Shocking again. We need to shock those mortars. Come on, because you guys can do it. Perfect. 1 more mortar left. Right now we're out, so I need to send a heal kit just to make sure that those guys do not kill him. We're going to kill the shock launcher, destroy the shock launcher. And then after we do, I'm going to go ahead and reflare. No, I did not destroy the shock launcher. So we're going to end up losing because I did not destroy the shock launcher, guys. Yeah. I was a little bit too anxious. And then the rocket launchers are hitting our medics. Oh my god, we could have had this, guys. It's really, really unfortunate that I was a little bit too quick on the draw, and I did not. So let's just retreat. We know we're not going to get this one, but we know the plan is solid that we're going to get this. So I'm going to go ahead and retreat and try this again. This time being a little bit more careful about that shock launcher. So to be honest, I think that wasting that GBE, now that I think on second thought, I think wasting that energy on this mortar rocket launcher combination might have not been the best of ideas. This guy has about the same. I'm not going to have the energy to destroy these 4 guys. especially with 15,000. Let me give it a try. Let me see what happens. Because if it takes the same amount of energy, then so 1 barrage, 1, 2, 3 artillery. Now you see we're just a little bit off on destroying it, and I just rather destroy the 2 mortars on the top and the rocket launcher, so that way I don't have to waste shocks at the beginning. And yeah, I know what you're saying. You can bring heavies, but the problem with the heavies is that they do go under or inside the blind spot of the rocket launcher, and what ends up happening is that then your Zookas are the ones that get the full power. When you have Rifleman and Zooka, the Riflemen usually are the ones that are taking the damage, and something is happening here with my connection. So hopefully I will be able to reconnect. Hopefully I'll be able to reconnect. Let me see. So I'm going to pause this to see what's going on, and I'll be back. All right, I had to restart the game. My kids were playing, and you guys know I'm moving. So my kids were playing close to the router, and they kicked out the power of it. So I ended up losing connection. So let's try this again, guys. We know that we're going to send our artillery, a barrage right here. We're going to do 1, 2, and 3. Perfect. And then we're going to do another one right here. 1, 2. Let's see. Hopefully it's going to be 3. Yep, 3. Perfect, guys. Perfect. So now I'm going to go ahead and, like I did before, bias a set of riflemen here on the front lines, followed by the medics, followed by everybody else. Nice. So we're going to lose a few riflemen here and there, but medics should be able to heal most of those guys pretty quickly. I'm going to go ahead and send a smoke like I just did before. This time we have critters on the back, so we don't need to worry too much about those guys, about the medics behind us. I'm going to let them push forward. Once I see that they're destroying that, that's going to be the point where I'm going to flare to that corner. Send some critters out. Shock those flamethrowers. And then just now let them do what they did before. Naturally, I want to let them sort of spread out. And boom, I'm just going to go ahead and shock that shock launcher now. I'm going to do it early. Let me heal here some of my medics and my riflemen. My medics were not doing what they were supposed to be doing. I don't know what was that. And this time I'm not going to be so quick on the draw. We have a ton of Zookas. So I just need to keep shocking here to destroy that shock launcher. That shock launcher needs to go for this to work. Because once I flare to the back, my medics are going to be exposed, and I need to have them clear out. There we go. That's going to be my call. Flaring to the back. Cover my medics, my Zookas. I'm going to send a MedKit just in case, like right now they just got hit, and now we're good. So we have a few riflemen in the front. Rocket launcher should. I don't know why they're not targeting the Zookas. Or they're not targeting that rifleman that's on the front, but it's okay. HQ or stage number 7 of Dr. T will fall down any second now, and we did it with just rifleman Zooka, guys. Pretty good. We ended up losing only 6 of our Zookas, none of our medics, and all of our riflemen. And this is what I'm talking about. This is why I like this combination so much. I was taking fire from God knows how many rocket launchers, mortars, machine guns, boom cannons, all the stuff. And I was able just to tank it with my riflemen. If you do this with heavy Zooka, your heavies will most likely die. Once they get really close to those machine guns, they shred them to pieces. Flamethrowers, they shred them to pieces. Now, not only you have to worry about the boom cannons and the cannons, but you also have to worry about the flamethrowers and all that old nasty good stuff. But that is it, guys. Stage 1 to 7 of Dr. T Volcano Island. Hope you liked the video. Hope you learned something new. Please let me know in the comments if this video was helpful. If you learned something new or any sort of other questions that you have. I love hearing from you guys. Thank you a lot for all your support. And yeah, with nothing else to say, take care and slowly checking out.